Modern women are the new victims of the friend zone. Oh, no. Welcome to our world, ladies. It's been happening to us for a very long time. I got a banger from Men Only. Let's get straight into it.
Guys, I'm so annoyed with dating. So this man and I went on two dates, okay?
Okay.
We went on one date like 3 weeks ago, and it was a nice date. He's really quiet and a little awkward, and I'm very outgoing, but like I was not feeling well that day. It was like right before I got sick. So I was kind of like, I don't know how that went. And at the end of the date, he looked at me and was like, so did you have a good time? And I was like, oh, yeah, like, did you? Because I couldn't get a read on him. And he was like, yeah. And I told him that. I said, oh, I really couldn't read you. And he said the same about me. He was like, you're so friendly. I didn't know if you were just being nice. It's like, I'd love to see you again. When are you free? And I was leaving for a conference in Vegas. So he was like, plan something. I got sick. I was out for basically 2 weeks. And then I went to Hawaii. And we went on our second date last Thursday. And I thought it was really good. I mean, I felt like the first one was just like a little awkward. And then
first dates typically are, you know what I mean? You're getting to know somebody brand new. You're sitting down at a restaurant. They're grilling you with questions. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. First dates are a little bit awkward. You don't know what to say. You're trying to get to know them. You're dealing with the waiter. You're trying to play it cool. Like, yeah, it's a little awkward.
And this one, it felt like he loosened up a lot more. So he was like warming up a little bit more. We were joking. Like it felt like it was going a lot. Like, I don't know. I was like, oh, I'm kind of excited by this. And during the date, I said something about our first date. And I was like, yeah, I felt really like I couldn't really read you. And I felt like I was maybe being a little much because I was whatever. And he said like, oh no, I really like your personality. I like you. And I was like, whoa, oh my gosh. Okay. All around, good date. We had like a nice kiss, whatever. And I'm like, 2 dates and both were drinks. So they weren't like super long, whatever. But the second date, I was like, oh, I like him a little bit more. I would definitely see him again. So I don't hear from him until Sunday, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like Sunday, he texts me asking about my weekend. I tell him, he responds. And then I respond again and he leaves me on red. Kind of thinking, okay, is he going to make plans with me this week? Like what?
This is a great moment to teach, though, especially for the single guys. Do you see how much she's fretting on when he's texting back, how much time he's taking? She knew that it was Sunday when he texted her back. He's leaving her on red. Do these things, chat. They yearn for your attention. If you give up your attention, it seems worthless. If you make a woman earn your attention, it has value. This is a prime example for this. This woman looks like she's probably in her late 20s, maybe even early 30s, and she's willing to bite on these childish games, which means this stuff works, chat. I know I preach this stuff all the time, but if you prey on her insecurities, then she craves your validation. It's Jedi mind tricks. Maybe not the most moral or ethical things to do, but leave a woman on red sometimes. Don't respond immediately. Text her back the next day. She's going to yearn for your attention, and she's going to respect when you do give her attention instead of just being like, he just always gives me his attention. That's a great little lesson right there.
Monday comes around. Tuesday, I'm like, I haven't heard from him. I'm going to make plans with my friends and whatever this weekend. I'm not going to plan around him anymore. I was hoping to see him, but then I was like, okay, you know what? No. Tuesday night, he texts me, and he goes, oh, like, I'm so sorry about the delay, blah, blah, responds to my message. And then he goes, I wanted to check in with you and see how you're feeling about this and where you're at. Like, oh, whoa. 1, it's been 2 dates. 2, this feels like a conversation we should have in person and not over text. 3, I don't know that it was a good sign. I kind of felt like, oh, he's about to drop a bomb, or or this is really sincere. I was really caught off guard. I was like, oh, I like spending time with you, and I'd like to keep seeing you. How are you feeling? That's all I said, because I was like, we can talk about this in person. I don't want to, And he said, yeah, I really enjoy spending time with you, and I'd love to keep seeing you. With that said, and I was like, kill me right now. That said, I'm not sure about our compatibility. There seems to be some lulls in the conversation. I was so thrown off guard. Like,
baby girl, he's just not that into you. With that said, there's just lulls in the conversation. Baby, he's just trying to find a way to get out. At least he's kind of being respectful about it. But I always urge men, never ask, what are we? What are we doing here? What is this? Let a woman ask that, bro. You need to have a woman be so interested in being your girlfriend that she's like, so am I your girlfriend yet? That's what you need to be looking for. Never be like, I want you to be my girlfriend, baby. I really just see you as my girl, baby. No, we're not doing that. That's simp jutsu. We're not doing simping in the simpidemic. A woman should be begging to be your girlfriend. A woman should always ask, so what are we? Chat, do you agree? Cass asked me that. So what are we? We've been seeing each other for a while. Are we dating yet? It's like, yeah, I guess you're my girl. I guess that's cool. I like having you around. Like, never give them like that, baby, I just really want you to be my girlfriend. Never do that, bro. You lose all your leverage when you simp like that.
Why would you say that so early on? I mean, no shit, you don't know about our compatibility. We've gone on 2 dates. We literally don't know each other. I also feel like maybe that's a little bit further down the line, and 100% a conversation in person, because that feels really hurtful, and I don't think he meant it to be hurtful.
You hurt? God. I hate to say it, but I just have no sympathy. I've been shut down so many times. I have no sympathy for women he's giving her a respectful text. Bro, I've been ghosted. Did she just disappear? Did she get kidnapped? What happened? That's what's happened to me.
But it felt like then if I see this man again, he's going to be way over analyzing if we're compatible or not. And like, yes, I'm doing that in my head too, but to vocalize it like that so early, I just feel like it kind of puts a damper on the natural progression of things and naturally getting to know someone. I was totally caught off guard. I was like, oh, I don't really know what to say to that. I think our personalities are very different, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. He kind of like backtracked a little bit. But by this point, I'm like, what the is this conversation? I just don't understand what he wanted to get out of that. It's like made me feel...
He wanted you to fight for his attention.
insecure, and I'm like, wait, but this person doesn't know me. And also this person told me on the date that they really like me, and we had this nice like kiss at the end of it, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to text me late and all this stuff telling me you don't know if we're compatible. But I really like spending time with you and I'd love to keep seeing you. I don't know. It feels like you're just putting a damper on things before anything can get going. I don't know. I'm going to show you guys the convo. I also told him I think it's a little early to be having this conversation. We're still getting to know each other, but if you don't see the compatibility, I don't think there's a point in continuing. And he backtracked again and was like, I said I wonder about our compatibility, not that I don't see it. Again, I'm like, why are we having this conversation over text? This is crazy.
Bro, this is also why you really don't flesh these conversations over text. A lot can get lost in translation. And also avoid these conversations. Talk to your boys about it. Talk to somebody else about it. Don't ever question the compatibility between you and a girl. Either you got it or you don't. A woman will ask those questions because women are typically a little more insecure. She will ask those questions and you can squash it there. But never bring this stuff up over text, bro.
It's been 2 dates. This is how men feel with women being like, what are we? Because I was just so... I just didn't really know what he wanted me to say. He responded something like, that's where my concern was coming from about like the different personalities, and I don't think it's about whatever. And he said, that's all, it feels more like something on my end. So now he's like backtracking, but I'm just like, I'm just so confused.
It's not you, it's me. One of the oldest plays in the book there.
And then he said, do you really think it's too early to have this conversation? And I said, to me, this is an in-person conversation and not text. The way you said the compatibility thing really threw me off because I feel like we're just starting to get to know each other. Again, 2 dates. I think it's a good conversation to have, but I really would have preferred it in person. I felt really excited about you and continuing to see you, and now I am a little thrown off. He said, oh, I didn't mean for it to be a big deal to talk about whether in person or over text. I have friends visiting this weekend, so I probably wouldn't be able to see you again until the next.
Cool!
That means he's got Becky on call. Gonna be blowing some back outs this weekend. I better make sure my side pieces aren't gonna be getting in the way.
So annoyed. And then I said, right, okay, I'm not feeling great about this. I feel a little upset, but I'm not quite sure what to say. Responded and he said, I understand the timing might not be ideal, that I guess like he can't see me this weekend, But I just wanted to be honest about how I feel. You mentioned that I can be hard to read, so I wanted to be upfront. How stupid is this man? Being honest about how you feel is one thing. We literally don't know each other yet. If you're interested in me and you're interested in getting to know me, why would you say that? Really, I hope that he talks to his friends or like some of his girlfriends about this, and I hope they just rip him a new one, because everything was fine. Like, just did not
it's so funny to me, she can't see between the lines of like, he's just trying to get you off the hook. He's not interested in you, and he's trying to think of a way to just get rid of you. I mean, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Also, I don't think he should be talking about his feelings that early, but I think it's just a way for him to have an out. And I think that's mainly because navigating the dating scene can be absolutely brutal, but so can dealing with the aftermath of an accident. Have you ever been involved in a personal injury case? Over the years as an image consultant, I've worked with many clients recovering from workplace accidents, car accidents, and more. And I was actually shocked to learn how often people lose their personal injury cases. That's why I want to talk about Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They specialize in a wide variety of personal injury cases, and they've won thousands of big cases. And if you end up working with them, they're going to fight for the money that you deserve. Just recently, Morgan & Morgan solidified verdicts in Florida of $12 million and $26 million in Philly. That's up to 40 times the highest insurance offer. And I'm telling you, your case could be worth millions. If you've been injured in an accident, don't wait. You can go visit www.forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below, to start your free claim today. Y'all know what time it is. Can we get some, freeze in the chat? Could you spare some freeze in the chat, please? Spare a free in the chat, please. Loki. Free. Be careful. Good boy. Do you guys like the new camera thing? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys like that I put the treat on the camera? Give you guys a little bit of a different perspective here. I just like to switch things up for you guys, man. I feel like I owe you guys. You guys show up for me every day, and I really appreciate it. So I just feel like I owe you guys, you know, a little bit of variety every once in a while. I'm always trying to make the show better, always trying to do new things. So, yeah, man, I'm trying to be better and better every day for you guys, bro. I really am. I really freaking am, dude. Loki's vibing that right now. Ain't he though, chat? Ain't he though? You like that chicken jerk, dude? He really likes the chicken jerk, bro. Let's get back to this vid. Things I wish I knew in my 20s and 30s. Prioritize yourself.
Most of my 20s and pretty much all of my 30s thinking there was something wrong with me because I wasn't getting married. So listen to your elder millennial on this one. I just thought that if I could get into a relationship, I just thought that if I could find the guy and if I could get them married, if I could check the boxes and have the life, that I would stop feeling like shit. But since I wasn't getting the thing and I was so attached to getting that thing and being married, that it just made me feel more like shit. So let me tell you this. I wasted too much time and too much of my collagen skin hating myself and thinking that there was something wrong with me. It wasn't until I switched my mindset and started pouring into me and decentering men and decentering marriage and
Decentering men. That's just the dumbest term, bro. Decentering men. Without men, you wouldn't have any rights. Without men, you wouldn't have lights, the walls around you, your phone, your hair products for your curly hair, the t-shirt on your back, the phone you're staring into and crying into. You'd be blessing the freaking ground that these men walk on. It's decentering men. What?
Decentering the patriarchy and really started to pour back into myself and focus on what I...
Pour back in yourself. Go to a third world country. Decenter men. Leave the United States. Give up your cell phone. Give up the lights, the running water. Give it all up. Really stick it to the man.
Control, which was how I took care of myself, how I showed up and started nurturing relationships that felt connective to me, like my relationships with women, my female friendships. Once I started pouring into those and focusing on myself and putting me at the center of my life rather than some fucking dumb relationship is when everything switched. There's a level of peace, there's a level of confidence that comes when you start pouring into yourself. Because you know yourself, you know you're unfuckable, and you're not worried about what's happening outside of you and the shit that you can't control. So please just pour into yourself. When you start doing that, when you start consciously prioritizing yourself and putting yourself at the center of your life, so
you know you can still do that and be in a relationship, right?
Stupid.
So I don't get a lot of these women, like, they will sacrifice their families for their happiness, whereas men will sacrifice their happiness for their family. The biggest difference between us and ladies, man, is like, these ladies, it's all me, my. It's just such a childish mindset to have. Prioritize yourself. Yeah, you got to fall in love with yourself before you fall in love with anybody else, dude.
Reason why men date younger women.
Because they're hotter.
It's going to be one of those.
Is not because of their physical appearance, their
Not the cap.
bodies.
I need to interrupt this video because I need to point out that a lot of men between the ages of 16 and 22 do not date a lot because the women of their own age are too busy dating men that are older for their bodies, their physical appearance, and their financial attributes. Let's continue.
No, because today with plastic surgery and everything else, you barely know who is 40 and who is 18.
Not the cap. The only person who's going to agree with that statement is Stevie Wonder himself. I mean, most people can tell plastic surgery. I'm not going to point fingers right now.
Guys date younger women because they're easily manipulated.
Yep.
Nope, it's because mainly they have less trauma. They can get on our page. They're more coachable. They're more malleable. And they don't make the men of their present pay for the mistakes and trauma of the men of their past because they haven't been sprinted through like a set of stairs.
Shots fired!
Why don't older women just understand that? It's really not hard. Like, ladies, as you get older, you have more and more baggage. So why would I want to sit there and deal with all the things that, all the trauma that other men have given you?
Very happy with a few crumbs because maybe they didn't experience much in the world.
So is he...
Yeah, so it's easier to please them. What's so bad about that? Why, who wants like a really high, like a super entitled woman that's older, that's like, you have to move mountains for me?
It's way cheaper to date a younger girl.
These all sound like wins to me. Does she not realize how dumb she sounds right here? Like, these sound like good things. It's cheaper, lower mileage, less trauma. Like, what am I missing? What am I missing here? Why would I go for an older woman when a younger woman can get on my page?
Shame in being single in your 30s.
Ooh.
Not the cap.
I'm 36. I'm single and I'm divorced. I'm all the
yeah.
things that people would associate with failure, and yet I'm the most content and happy that I've
You're
been.
so content you have to get on social media, flaunt your lifestyle of being alone so you can get outside validation.
Shots fired!
Honey, we see straight through it.
In for a long time.
It's all a projection, right? I'm just so happy. I'm so content. I'm so happy. I just feel so good. When people are content and happy, they don't post on social media. A study came out that couples that post themselves on social media a lot are typically more unhappy because they're projecting. This is a classic case, a prime example of projecting, saying you're happy when you're not. Chat, when's the last... I've put out over 400 videos. When's the last time I said, I'm happy? I've never said it. You guys assume it. I don't have to say I'm happy. No, I do say stuff like, I love being with Cass. I like being in a relationship. But I never sit and tell you guys like, I'm so happy. I just love my life. Like, everything's great. No.
So many people think being single is the worst thing that can happen. But what's worse is settling for the wrong person and being in a relationship for the sake of ticking a box. Being single means you get to pour all of the love you have to give into yourself.
Pour into you. This is the new feminist term here, pour into yourself.
So that when the right person does come along, you love and value
I'm going to keep it a buck. Who would approach you, bro? You look sad.
yourself enough to not accept less than you deserve.
So she's 30.
I was about to say, baby girl, you hit the wall and it's a wrap. That's just what it is. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You hit the wall. Loki, all the way on your place. Bro, you literally moved into the same position. He's so bad. But it's so funny to me that a lot of these women just project. I'm so happy. I love my life. I love pouring into me. If you're so worried about making yourself happy, then why are you on social media recording your life hoping to get likes and clicks and comments? Why are you doing that? If you're so happy, why does it seem like you're craving outside validation by projecting that you're happy? It's like the whole thing of like people that say, I'm so successful, I make $100,000 a month. You want to as well? Buy this ebook. Like, bro, why would you give away all your secrets if you're making that much money? Anybody that's selling a course to help you make money is making money off of selling courses, not making money off what they're trying to tell you what to do. Like, I saw that scam as soon as people were like, you want to do drop shipping? And I was like, yeah, I would love that. And they're like, buy my course, buy my book, and you'll make $100,000 a month. I was like, cool, let me try it. And this was like, oh my God, this is probably like 7 or 8 years ago, maybe. Tried it, completely fell flat. The course didn't help. The book didn't help. Nothing helped. And me and my buddy like went in, spent a few $100s on trying to be drop shippers, and it just didn't work. So I was like, yeah, I'm never buying these courses again. But I at least tried. But if you're in a rut right now, this is for anybody in a rut, feeling like, Levi, what do I do? What do I do with my life? You know, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. You got to treat your life like being a scientist. At the live stream yesterday, we did a chill stream. I showed you guys some of my cringe-worthy music videos where I'm a failed rapper, failed musician. Being able to vocalize where you failed is really important. But treat your life like you're a scientist. This is the advice I give to people that want to start content creation, but it also works with your life when it comes to reshaping your life and doing something new. Treat your life like you are a scientist. You go out and experiment. You try this thing. I tried being a rapper musician. It failed miserably. Tried being a drop shipper. It failed miserably. I tried to do talking head TikToks for a while of like talking about life experiences. It failed miserably. Then I finally started doing Instagram, doing short stuff, like short form content on TikTok about relationships, like kind of being a dumb boyfriend. It started working. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should correlate this to a reaction channel. It started working. So I doubled down. Go out there and fail quickly, fail forward, figure out what does work, and then double down on those things. If you would have asked me 10 years ago, do you think you're going to have a reaction, like a talk show YouTube channel that's like a reaction channel? I would have said absolutely not. There's no way I'm going to be doing that. I never thought. I always wanted to do content creation, always wanted to do YouTube, but I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me, you know? Maybe I'm meant to be a musician. Maybe I'm meant to work corporate sales for 30 years. Yeah, I don't know. But you got to go out there and try things. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Loki, did you have a good time? He's just off his place. He's being so bad. Don't forget to go to LeviNichs.com. Go cop the new Ricky Sickle t-shirt. Shout out to you, Ricky Sickle. And if you want to book a one-on-one chat, you can in the description below. You can book a chat for life advice, style advice, looks maxing advice, relationship advice, or you want to start your content creation journey. I got your back like a chiropractor. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.